one of the biggest, aside from relationships, barriers to Christianity are Christians themselves. Does that make sense? The way we treat people, the way we speak about people, and the way we explain our faith to other people. Okay, I just read you the Message version of Corinthians 6. That passage for Corinthians 6 is often one of the ones used in justification for people's minds to be harder, to call out, to be less loving in a way of challenging people on their sexual choices of all kinds, not just what you've mentioned. Does that make sense? We say sin's different. Sin, sexual sin of the body, the Bible says it's different. So obviously it means more to God. Obviously that's the worst sin. Okay, if you lie, it's not that bad. But any type of sexual sin outside the Bible, that's the worst. Because that's what this passage says. But do you remember what that passage said? It says the sense in which sexual sins are different from all other is because why have our bodies been given to us? They're made for God-given and God-modeled love, becoming one. Now, once again, that takes us clockwork back, even though we have looked on this idea of homosexuality quickly. It takes us back to the fact of before you start lining up different do's and don'ts of sexual behavior, you in your heart and your friends that you're talking to outside the church, you need to say, why do we understand why there are parameters and regulations for love? What do they lead us to? Does that make sense? So weigh up who Jesus is. Weigh up the example and evidence that he actually could be this God of love that he claims to be. And if he really is a God of love that is able to fill us in every single way and satisfy us beyond sex in any way that we want, beyond making the choices in relationship we ever want, then it might be worth counting the cost. But I would say, first off, we need to be a light and we need to be a person of love. Jesus' ministry and his love in the New Testament always were to those from outside the accepted religious groups. Always were to the broken sexually, the poor, the downtrodden, those of other religions. And we need to be lights and ambassadors and people of love as well as we talk about the love of Jesus.